I needed to go away, sever myself from reality.
The torso has been severed in mid-thorax.
All the gods, they cannot sever us.
Sever his hand and use it to plant fingerprints.
In her hand, the sword that severed her country's bonds.
Sever all ties with family,
On the
with
floor
friends.
next to his own severed head.
Once a nerve fiber is severed.
Only to find myself a fool and sever her chains, I might
The
add.
severed head of an ancient celestial being.
The ball that passes through Booth's neck severs his spinal cord.
He'll have to sever his connection to Apple.
I decided to take a year off before law school. I needed to go away, sever myself from reality, and come up with a new plan. So I chose Los Angeles.
The torso has been severed in mid-thorax. There are no major organs remaining. May I have a glass of water, please?
All the gods, they cannot sever us. If I were dead and you still fighting for me.
Keep a man bound for a full year. To sever his hand and use it to plant fingerprints. To insert tubes into his genitals.
With the martyr's crown upon her head, and in her hand the sword that severed her country's bonds, shall not this and no other.
Paul's right, this is extremely against the law. You'd have to sever all ties with family, with friends, with anyone who ever knew Adam. Of course, I would help with
A man's decapitated body lying on the floor next to his own severed head. A head which at this time has no name.
Nerve root is always serious. Because once a nerve fiber is severed, there is no way in heaven or...
Naturally. Only to find myself a fool and sever her chains, I might add.
You severed them thoroughly?
It's called Nowhere. The severed head of an ancient celestial being. Be wary, headed in, rodent.
There's nothing in your throat. No blood.
The ball that passes through Booth's neck severs his spinal cord between the 4th and 5th cervical vertebrae.
He can keep a share of stock so he gets our newsletter. He'll have to sever his connection to Apple. I'm dead serious. I want the secretary to call for a vote.
That was like dead ass on a stick. Well, you thought like the severed dick was a hot dog, right? That's too fucking funny.
Preparing to sever master alarm circuit. 5, 4.
Signed to receive it, whereupon the axe descended, severing the head from the torso with one blow, or in unlucky cases, 2.
You understand that the nerves were completely severed, Mr. Napier.
The truck has severed most of her lower half.
What did you say?
She won't be saved.
In limbo until the werewolf's curse is lifted.
Shut up.
The wolf's bloodline must be severed. The last remaining werewolf.
They were found murdered. The daughter's body was lodged in a chimney. The mother's head was nearly severed with a straight razor. The killer eluded capture through a window in which a lock was found.
You will see there was a momentary surge when fuel line number 4 was severed, along with 25 feet of wingtip. We'll have a better figure on that.
I need the firearms and tool mark section out here on the severed branch. I need to know what kind of cutting tool he used, and then I need Bowman and documents.
Mr. Gravano, would you explain Mr. Gotti's words?
Wait. It's been severed at the top.
Hey, clear the rope.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you've lost me. Was it not you who suggested the Russians were on their way here to sever all ties?
If we allow the Soviets to publicly disassociate with London...
This morning, you know, Andy, I'm not kidding. All that broken glass, you might have severed an artery. Should call the police, shouldn't I?
I feel like Princess Mum's job.
If indeed the insider has failed, they'll sever the connection as soon as possible. Unless...
They're dead, in either case.
We have no choice, sir. The bomb did go off. That much was clear. Falgibel's next step will be to sever all communications.
Each digit of the right hand has been severed between the middle and distal phalanges. Thanks.
1,000,000 bed sheets! We sever the cord, keeping the balloon in shape, and then the silk will be pulled up into the net.
can't take an act as a...
Upward angle entering the right lung at a depth of 2 inches, severing the
I
pulmonary.
read that. The victim was stabbed from behind on the right side of the rib cage, which would make the...
He stuffed Holly's body in
And I drove you to the hospital 4 times over the limit, and I ended up rolling the car and almost severing my femoral artery, at which point you made a miraculous fucking recovery.
Arm? Spreading all the way up to your shoulder. Now, if we don't sever that arm now, it's going to take over your chest, and we can't very well cut that off, can we?
Well, shouldn't I get a second opinion?
What do we got here? It's a severed artery. Get some sutures?
Yes, doctor.
Put some pressure on it. Did you apply this tourniquet?
The 3 were slain in open ground, their heads found severed from their bodies.
Their heads were not found severed.